It is now time to play, though, Andrew versus the Beat.
Andrew, I want to remind you, you came on Game Theory.
Yeah.
And I rigged the game for you to win. Do you remember that? How I helped you win?
That was so kind. You did? I didn't know you did that.
I just want to remind you before we start this game.
Interesting. Okay, so Andrew versus the Beat. Andrew goes head-to-head against Beat Writer. In this case, we are talking to Bryce Simon. You can find him on Pistons Pulse. You can find him Game Theory at Motor City Hoops on Twitter. Okay, Bryce, how this works, 8 questions, all related to the Pistons. Some are easy, some are hard, and I say this every week, but this week I really mean it. There's some easy ones this week, I feel it. Yeah, it was hard for me to come up with super hard ones. So you're going to give me a number between 1 and 8. It will correspond to a question. If you get it right, you'll get at least 2 points. If you get it wrong, Andrew will have a chance to steal for 1, and we'll go back and forth till all the questions have been asked and answered. So what number would you like to start with, Bryce?
Honestly, I was hoping you'd say they were all ridiculously hard. So everybody's like, oh, I didn't know that. Why would Bryce know that?
That's true. It's almost worse to say, oh, these are all easy, and then we're going to both get them all wrong. Yeah.
Okay. Lucky number 3. Let's see if I can start off with the correct
Okay,
one.
Here we go. Lucky number 3. The Pistons only have 3 players with more than 5 years of NBA experience. There are only 2 other teams in the league who have fewer players with with more than 5 years of experience. Name them both, and you get 1 point per correct answer. So these teams...
You said two other teams?
Yeah, 2 other teams. So these teams
The Wizards.
That is incorrect, Bryce.
Oh.
You came out really hot, though.
Well, they just started like the youngest lineup in their franchise's history, so they must have...
They did. Huh. So, I mean, they have Valanciunas.
Yeah.
That would be one. They have Rashawn Holmes, Malcolm Brogdon. See, you got screwed by people who aren't even playing.
Guys that aren't playing. Yeah.
Kuzma.
Okay. I just went young guys. Okay. Yeah. All right. My
Good
bad.
guess, though. I mean, if we were talking about guys who are actually playing, probably would have been correct. Yeah. Andrew, any guess?
What's the stat again?
So they have to have fewer than 3 players who have had more than 5 years of NBA experience.
Fewer than 3 players.
And there's 2 teams.
What about Charlotte?
Charlotte, Andrew? That is correct. They have 2.
Well
Can you name the other one?
2 with 5 or more. 2 with 5 or more?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Shoot. I don't know if I know the other one.
You're welcome to take a guess, Andrew. Just throw out any team.
I know.
I would say don't go with the Bucks. Don't choose the Bucks.
Don't choose the Bucks.
The Sixers. Don't choose the Sixers.
Oh my gosh!
the
Yeah, when I went to
Lakers.
the Sixers roster and sorted, there were so many double digits.
I know this isn't right because I know 3 that aren't, but I'll just say San Antonio for time's sake. But I think they have 3 guys that are at least 3.
Andrew, that is correct. You got it right. Congratulations. So they have, they do have, sorry, they just have to have 3 or fewer. Sorry, I might have not said that correctly, but it's Zach Collins, Harrison Barnes, and Chris Paul. And Chris Paul.
Yeah. Yeah. Just saw him last night.
The Sixers have 5 guys with double-digit years of experience coming into this year. That's really impressive. Okay,
wow.
Andrew, you have 2 points, and you have control of the board. What number would you like
number
next?
1.
Question number 1. The worst start to a season in Pistons history was 2012, when the Pistons lost their first 8 games in a row. Similar to recent Pistons teams, spacing was an issue for that team as they took the 6th fewest threes per game. Who were the top 2 on the 2012-2013 Pistons team in total 3-pointers made? You get 1 point per correct answer. So 2012, 2013 Pistons.
Pistons.
Most 3-pointers made. Total 3-pointers.
Oh my
Top
gosh.
Top
What about Kyle Singler?
Oh, Andrew's so close. He was number 3, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the top 2. So, Bryce, you have a chance to steal. You can give me the top 2.
So,
3-pointers made.
The first name that came to mind was actually Charlie Villanueva.
Bryce, that is correct. He was number 2. Can you name who
Charlie
had the most
V.
threes for the 2012-2013 Pistons?
Dang.
Charlie V. What a
Charlie
free agent
V.
class that was.
What a free agent.
Ben Gordon, Charlie Villanueva.
Ben Gordon.
Was Josh Smith in a different free agent class?
I think he was. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that was the same one.
That would have been too
I don't
much.
think this is the right year.
Been too much.
Brandon Jennings.
Oh my gosh, you had the first name right. It is Brandon Knight.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
so
Brandon
close.
Knight.
Remember when Zach Lowe, he wrote an article, he almost picked Brandon Knight to be an all-star? Wasn't that cool? He was I mean, like, Brandon Knight was good. Sometimes you forget.
He was good.
He was good. Okay, Bryce, you're on the board. It's 2-1, and you have control of the board.
So,
Choose next
no,
one.
it's funny. I've always wondered how you guys kept track of the numbers that have been
yes,
selected
I
so
hold up a
well.
little
And now
card.
I see the little
Yes.
trick behind the scene. I love it. Number 8.
Okay, this is a good one. Hooper is the name of the Pistons mascot.
Jeez.
He is a horse, which is a reference to the horsepower in a car. What bodily function can a horse not do? So I'm going to name you 5 bodily functions. One of them a horse is not able to do. Okay, so here we go. Sweat, vomit, sneeze, cry, or cough. Once again, that is sweat, vomit. Bryce, I have terrible news. Horses can sweat. They do it to cool themselves down, similar to
Makes
humans.
sense.
Andrew, so the you get to guess the other possible answers: vomit, sneeze, cry, or cough.
I'll say cough. I don't know. No, not cough. Not cough. Cry. I don't know.
That's
How am I
really
supposed to
cool.
know?
That when you changed the answer, I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to get the right one. But you got both of them wrong. You picked 2 wrong ones. Horses cannot vomit.
Really?
They can't do it. Yeah. I remember we had a question
Wow.
a while back about rodents, because no rodent can vomit either. And I learned in researching Hooper that horses can't vomit as well. All right, Andrew, the board is yours.
You
Okay.
really could have went easier. You could have just asked me the name of the Pistons mascot, and I still would have missed that. Like I wouldn't even.
Would you? Oh, really? Would you have known the Pistons' former mascot before Hooper?
No.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know that you started following in 2020. Because I really wanted to use that as a question, but I was like, oh, he's a Pistons fan. He's going to know it for sure.
No. Like, yeah. I probably wouldn't have got Hooper.
Okay, yeah, Hooper, because it was Sir Slam-A-Lot, and I just really wanted to hear that name on the podcast.
Sir Sam-A-Lot.
Sir Slam-A-Lot. Okay,
Sir
Andrew, the
Slam-A-Lot.
board is yours.
Number 2.
Question number 2. Spacing was obviously a big point of emphasis in the Pistons' offseason plans. Which active NBA player has hit the most three-pointers as a member of the Pistons? So this is a player, he can be on the current Pistons roster. He could be a player on another team who once played for the Pistons. But when they were on the Pistons, they hit the most amount of threes of anyone who currently has ever played on the Pistons in their career.
So it has to be threes made while they were on the Pistons.
Correct. Threes made while a Piston, currently active on a roster somewhere.
Oh. God, I don't know. Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard, that's a great guess, Andrew. It's not right, but it was a great guess. Bryce, you have a chance to steal.
What about KCP?
a really good guess because he missed out by 2 3-pointers. To the correct answer, which this was going to be really hard, but it's Sadiq Bey, who is on a roster technically. He is not currently playing because he is injured, but he is on the Wizards, so it does count. All right, Bryce, it is still 2-1. He had a lot of threes. Isn't that kind of impressive?
Well, his rookie season was... So his rookie season, he would have set the rookie record if it would have been an 82-game season. I'm pretty sure. Like if you look at what he was making per game, if you take it out over 82 games, but it was that first year after the COVID year, so it was 72 or how many ever they played.
Wow,
he had a 50-point game too, right?
Against the Orlando Magic. Yep. Yep. Sadiq.
Okay, Bryce, the board is yours. You're only down by 1.
4.
Question number 4. Tobias Harris was brought to Detroit in part for his shooting. And while he's currently shooting 3 of 20 from 3, better days are surely ahead. What is the most amount of 3-pointers Tobias has ever made as a Piston? Now, you get to choose who answers first, okay? So you can make Andrew answer first, and then you can go higher or lower. Or you can answer first, and then Andrew would go higher or lower. However, if you make Andrew answer and he gets it exactly correct, he would get a bonus point. So this is the most amount of threes Tobias has ever made as a Piston in a game.
I will let Andrew guess.
All right, Andrew. If you get it exactly correct, you'd get a nice little bonus point.
6.
All right, so Andrew has set the bar at 6. Bryce, would you like to go higher or lower than 6?
That's a really good bar, Andrew.
Thank you.
Because if it was 5, I definitely would have went over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over still. Over.
Andrew, you were within 1 of the correct answer.
God, I think I did this last week too, where I was within 1 of whatever it was.
And you got it wrong last week, but this week you also got it wrong because it is 7. So Bryce gets the points.
Dang.
Look at that. And Bryce pulls ahead. He's now up 3-2. 3 questions left, Andrew.
5.
Question number 5. In honor of the Pistons theoretically getting more shooters, let's name the top 10 in franchise history for total made threes. So how this works, Andrew will give me a name, then Bryce will give me a name. We'll go back and forth till one of you stumbles. So franchise history, total made threes as a Piston.
Franchise. Okay. Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups, number 2. Over to Bryce.
Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars, number 1.
Joe Dumars.
Back to Andrew.
I mean, Sadiq Bey has to be on this list, right?
He is on this list. Would you have known that, Andrew, if we hadn't had that question first? He's number 7.
He would not have been on the forefront of my mind.
Okay,
No.
Okay. All right. Back to Bryce.
So that means Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is also on this list.
A great guess. He's number 8, right behind Sadiq Bey. Back to Andrew.
This guy didn't shoot a lot of threes, but he just played for the Pistons for so long on the wing. Rip Hamilton.
Whew. Andrew coming in at number 10. Rip Hamilton. That is correct. Over to Bryce.
Oh, no.
Sheed.
Rasheed Wallace, number 4 on the list. Back to Andrew. Ooh, Andrew, it's getting dicey for you.
I only have one more that I think might be on the list. I have 2 more.
What about Tayshaun Prince?
That's one of them.
Tayshaun Prince, Andrew, number 5.
Tayshaun.
All right, Bryce, what was your other name?
So I just know this guy got a ton of buckets for the Pistons. I don't know if there was enough threes, though. Jerry Stackhouse.
Jerry Stackhouse, he was not on the list, which means Andrew gets the points. The other names, number 3, Lindsey Hunter. Third all
Lindsey
time.
Hunter.
A lot of seasons.
Third.
Yeah.
Third all time.
Wow.
Number 6 all time. Terry Mills. You guys big Terry Mills fans?
Not a huge Mills guy over here.
First time hearing that name in my life. Okay,
Is Reggie Jackson on this list?
Reggie Jackson was number 9, Andrew.
Okay.
Great job.
Nice.
Okay, 2 questions left. Bryce, you're now down by 1. 6 or 7?
7.
7. Through his first 133 games, Jalen Duren has already had 65 double-doubles. Actually, that's not true. Well, yes, it is true, but that's not the question I meant to ask. I'm realizing I looked up the wrong stat. I actually meant to say the amount of games he had with double-digit rebounds, which is actually like 74 or something. Okay, so we're talking about double-digit rebounds.
Okay.
There are only 3 active NBA players who had more double-digit rebound games through their first 133 games. How many can you name? You get 1 point per correct answer. So these are currently active players who through their first 133 games had more double-digit rebound games than Jalen Duren. And there's only 3 of them. So we're thinking like 75 or more of these games.
So Andre Drummond?
Andre Drummond is incorrect. Andrew, you have a chance to steal.
Yo, that was going to be my guess too. Was Andre Drummond.
It sounds so right. I might
Well, that
look
makes
it
me
up.
feel better than because I was like, I feel like this is the obvious one for me to say. So
Yeah, that sounds very right.
How is that wrong? Let's look it up, Alex. Maybe I messed up.
That's I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. So active players that had double-digit rebound games.
Correct.
Okay. Oh man, who's getting bounds?
I'm doing my
What about
stat head
Vooch?
search right now.
What about Vooch?
Oh, I remember now. Okay. No, that is
Drummond?
incorrect.
Drummond didn't play that much his rookie year.
So Drummond
Right?
actually had the exact same amount of double-digit rebound games as Jalen Duren.
Oh, that
No
makes me
way.
feel okay. That makes me
Yeah,
feel
so
better.
that was a very good guess. And Andrew Vucevic, he was number 7. He had 64.
Okay.
The top 3 names.
So like is Sabonis one?
No, because he played in Oklahoma City and he didn't do anything.
yeah,
He was
Yeah,
for a while.
stretch 4 for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Wow, he's
I'll stop
actually
guessing
really
now.
far down. Any other guesses though for fun? For fun? Just for fun? One player had 95 of his first 133 games, double-digit rebounds.
Whoa.
And that player was Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh.
And the other 2 guys were DeAndre Ayton
Yeah.
and Joel
I thought-
Embiid. Joel Embiid.
Oh God. It feels like
Interesting.
cheating. Embiid feels like cheating.
I thought you
But
might go
whatever.
back to the DeAndre Jordan well. But he didn't get a ton of
It crossed
minutes at
my
the beginning.
mind. It crossed my
Did it?
mind, but I know that he was a 3rd string center for the Clippers for a long
Very
time.
smart.
So
Very smart.
Yeah.
Even Rudy had 44. Okay, Andrew, this is the final question. You get it right, you win the week. You get it wrong, Bryce will have a chance to steal and tie the game, sending it into overtime.
Oh boy.
Cade Cunningham has scored 2,886 points through 143 career games. Which active former number 1 overall pick scored the most points through their first 143 games with 3,583? So this is an active player, former number 1 overall pick, most points scored total through their first 143 games.
Active player, former
Active
number 1
player.
overall pick.
That is right.
Okay. Okay. Is it just LeBron James? Is that dumb?
It is dumb. I mean, it sounds obvious. It sounds like it should be right, but it's not right. Bryce, you have a chance to steal. And
That's
send
wild.
So my
the
first
game.
thought was actually Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving. That is also incorrect, which means Andrew wins the week. The correct answer. Any other guesses?
Anthony Davis.
No.
Derrick Rose?
No. Not active.
Oh, shit.
Zion? I don't know.
It's
Who?
Zion Williamson.
Oh, really?
Most points through 143 games.
He was like, I mean, I thought about him, but he's had such a strange career. It's been so choppy.
But when he's played, he's been
but when he's played.
Because it was just the games he's actually played. So the games he missed don't matter.
They don't count, yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
That was a good game. 4-3.
Wow.
Congrats, Andrew.